Valley leaders looking to mobilize people in the community to try to keep the momentum going and work together to fight racial injustice. ABC 15's Claudia Rupschitz spoke with community leaders today to see what really needs to happen for real change.
It's evident it will take all community members to unite and work toward that goal. Right now, leaders from some of those bigger groups like the NAACP are reaching out to the smaller Valley organizations. They're starting the conversations and planning what's next.
We need to have people to just touch their hearts and their conscience and be about embracing one another and accepting people, the contents of their character, not the color of their skin.
Charles Faniel has been in the fight for civil rights for decades. He's the state president of the NAACP and says to effectively come up with a plan on how we move forward as a society.
All ethnicities need to be included. We all need to have a seat at the table where we can give some input so all of us have something to offer, from a different perspective.
Black, white, brown, we need to come together as a country to figure out what the next steps are to everybody to embrace each other.
Activist Alan A.P. Powell says local and state leaders hold the power to enact fairer policies, but the community has the power to vote.
To make sure that we put people in office who have change for the African American community.
He says now is the time to engage young people.
Looking at these protests, everybody's under 30 years old. We got to find some kind of way to get a leader to represent them, and then he sits down with the powers to be, along with some of the people who've actually been here for years pushing for civil rights.
The NAACP and African American Christian Clergy Coalition are meeting with community members to mobilize people to get involved peacefully.
NAACP, urban leagues, your churches, faith-based, the clergy. Make sure that you get with those people who are actually trying to have a strategy to do something positive in the community.
Faniel challenges young people to reach out to officials, get involved in school boards, teach people, and run for office.
Don't give up hope. Keep hope alive, as Jesse Jackson used to say. But we also want to invite people to embrace us.
There's also a sentiment that people need closure in the George Floyd case and that society won't be able to move on until we see what happens in Minneapolis. In Phoenix, I'm Claudia Rupschitz, ABC 15 Arizona.